How are y'all doing today? I've been letting my Discord know. I've been like really on my shit trying to make sure that I let you guys know ahead of time before I'm here. And I've been very consistent. I'm working on the website, doing everything in my power. So I have a couple topics today. More topics than what's listed. Like I can't list everything in the description or on the like title, but talk about how everybody's pregnant right now. Flo Millie, Skyy Jackson, Dream Doll. Skyy Jackson just had her baby. I think she did what a lot of them do. Like they announced that they had it a couple days or weeks after they have it. Alexis Skyy talking about how she want to do people's taxes. That's gotta stop. Coyle Ray and Trippie Redd. She's another one who's pregnant. I might move her up to talk about the rest of the pregnant people. Popeyes and Don Julio, and the continuation of this Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni fiasco. I think I want to go ahead and start with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Just to get them out the way, because it's just ridiculous how this whole case has like continued to drag. I've repeatedly told you guys I think a divorce is coming between Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Now, people are saying that Ryan Reynolds is the one like really behind her, making her do a lot of this stuff. And I mean, I believe that to an extent. I haven't read the lawsuit for myself, but I think that they're both the villain. I think she is your typical whiny, entitled, cry wolf type of chick, and I think he's your typical entitled, egotistical, guy who just doesn't have any boundaries. I think they both lack professionalism. They both don't understand what boundaries are, which explains why they got together, because they both, he was married when he met her. He was married when they met, and she has a habit of dating co-stars. He has a habit of dating co-stars. I think they're both just unprofessional people, and they've met their match. Karma is real, and it has its day. But people are starting to wake up and realize that Ryan Reynolds is very involved in this whole situation. And people of course want them canceled. I don't see how either of them are gonna find work after this situation. Welcome in, you guys. I don't see how Ryan Reynolds or Blake Lively is gonna manage to find work in Hollywood. Mainly her, because her tea is getting exposed for her being difficult to work with, for her being unprofessional. She's got a really crazy husband behind her who interferes in her work, and she likes to try to take over projects. Her husband is the same way. He tries to take over projects. I think they have truly ruined the reputation, and people are not going to want to work with either of them. So I think this has like completely backfired, and I think they really need to stop before they proceed. I don't think that they need to take anything to trial, because it's not going to end good for them. And the gag is they need to save their money for their own shit, because I can promise you a divorce is coming. They don't need to waste any money, time, energy of their own, or any energy from a lawyer. You know what I mean? Trying to argue Justin Baldoni down. Y'all are in the wrong. Y'all are getting exposed. The public is catching on to the lies. Justin Baldoni's lawyer has a Uzi of information ready to light y'all up, and I can pretty much bet on it. Mark my words. All of this discord that they have sown with Justin Baldoni is going to come back on them. They are going to start turning against each other. If these two cannot find work, and once this all blows over, and they are left to deal with each other, and again, they're not booked, they're not busy, and it's just going to be them two there with all their fucking kids, they are going to divorce. They're going to divorce. I just don't foresee them like, I just don't foresee a marriage working after this, because it's a lot of lies being told, it's a lot of manipulation, and I just feel like these two are going to turn against each other. So I just don't think that they're going to last. But I digress. That's my opinion on that. They're getting exposed in the worst way. Candace Owens then got a hold of it. Black people are giving their opinions about it. A lot of black people, like myself, have had some very nasty run-ins with the YT people for behaving just like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. So I think they've really, really, set off their own karma clock, and they're going to self implode. Okay, off of them, I want to get into ASAP Rocky's in case. Whatever is going on with ASAP Rocky right now, you guys, I can't take it serious. I know somebody mentioned it in a live that I did a couple weeks back. They were like concerned about the ASAP Rocky case and like him possibly going to jail. I'm not worried about ASAP Rocky going to jail. I know he didn't take the plea deal, and people say that if he didn't take the plea deal, it's because his lawyer, you know, has a winning case, or like he's confident in his case. Guys, guys, like, it's very obvious that Rihanna is giving him some of her favor, like on the spiritual side. ASAP Rocky is one of the headliners at Rolling Loud, and somebody commented and kind of, said what I was thinking, but I didn't like necessarily think it, but I was like, wow, he's headlining Rolling Loud. But somebody said ASAP Rocky's headlining Rolling Loud. Is it like 2011? And I wasn't trying to, I'm not trying to be shady. I don't think they were trying to be shady, but it's like ASAP Rocky isn't really like popping right now. He's not on the charts for like any hits. So for him to be headlining a music festival is interesting. But everybody knows his baby mama made a phone call and helped him get that booking. And it's not trying to shade him. It's just like the truth is the truth. Like, Rihanna has like helped to, give him a little bit of revive. And you can't be mad at him for choosing well. Like, for choosing somebody that can like give him a little bit of clout, a little bit of a check. ASAP has made his little comeback into the public eye, because Travis Scott definitely did take a bit of his swag and did take a lot of his shine. And ASAP Rocky, in my opinion, is talented. I think he can rap. I think he does choose really good beats. I know he has hits. Like, he does. I used to listen to ASAP all the time. Like, when I was in high school, he has his own swag. He has hits. Like, he has his own sound. Like, this can't be disputed. But I definitely feel like once Travis Scott kind of like started coming on the scene, ASAP, stardom kind of die down. And look, ASAP Rocky has done his fair share of candles and cauldrons, okay? I'm not trying to be messy. I'm just saying. What's messy? I mean, I'm being real. ASAP Rocky, they have photos of him with a grimoire open, standing in the middle of a point of a 5 or 6-pointed star with candles, and him and all his homies doing, occult work. So ASAP Rocky has like, hi, welcome in. Thank you for the love. ASAP Rocky has definitely paid his dues. I think that's a good way to put that. He has paid his dues. So we see this trend that happens with rappers where they somehow, some way get caught up in a legal case. I just don't believe that ASAP Rocky, just like I don't believe that NBA Youngboy, Lil Wayne, T.I., Young Thug, like, hi, what's up, Dion? Good to see you. I don't see these guys really getting into crime. You guys have to really think about it. Like, they're always busy. They're surrounded by an entourage all the time. When do they ever have time to go do crime? Oh, I forgot about Lil Durk. Is Durk getting out? He might get out, but you have to understand, like, Durk is going through the process too. Okay? These guys are not real gangsters. Like, they're not. And if they were, once they get into the industry, the industry takes it from there. And there's manipulation in their cases. When they get into these courtrooms and they go before these judges, you guys have to understand it's not being tried like a regular person's case. Of course they're cloning people. Of course. That's what I'm getting at. Like, they're not treating them like, if you go out and you do half the crime that they're alleging that these rap stars did, you would not still be out making videos, recording, booked here and there, and you wouldn't have years to flex and floss for the public eye before you got tried. And then if you do go to jail, you get out and you hop right back on the scene making music and getting marketing dollars. Right, but Lil Durk, that's what I keep trying to tell you guys. But people like Lil Durk, people like Young Thug, people like NBA YoungBoy, like, mainly with Lil Durk, these people are not who you think that they are. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Like, they give the image that, like, they grew up in the hood and they're so ghetto and they're so hood and they're from the trenches. These people are actors who have parents that are affiliated with organizations. Their parents are not what they look like neither. Like, they're hiding in plain sight. Your favorite rappers are not hood. They left the hood and they don't want to go back to that shit, period. They keep selling you the idea that the hood is something to look up to, is something to want to emulate, that the hood is, they sell you that bullshit. That, why the fuck do you think NBA YoungBoy lives in a nice house in Utah? He lives in a mansion in Utah. He's nowhere near Louisiana. And definitely not anywhere near the hood that he's from. Like, same thing with Lil Wayne. All these people, Gucci Mane, they rap about the hood and they sell the image of hood, but they don't want to be near that shit. They got away and they refuse to go back. And so when you see these fugazi court cases about how they were, like, doing all this crime, it's like, when did they have time to do any real crime? These are celebrities. Like, they've been working hard to get into the industry for a while, or they've been working hard to go mainstream for a while. Like, when did they ever have time to do crime? Not get caught. There's no photos of them doing anything. There's no accomplices that have come out and said, yeah, they were doing this and that with me. Like, nobody again in their entourage is going to jail too. Like, with the Bobby Shmurda shit, like, people went to jail alongside of him, but it was obvious that because Bobby had the record deal, he was able to get out. But when he got out, was he the same? No. He wasn't the same. He's not himself. He gets out, he's throwing peen and throwing ass all over the camera. He's not himself. Young Thug is not himself. And Young Thug probably told you guys that he was affiliated with the Masonic organization. But Young Thug doesn't sound like himself. I heard whatever verse he had on that Lil Baby song. It sounds strange. So I say all that to say, with A$AP Rocky, the case is fugazi. They've been waiting years to actually take this to trial. And I know sometimes cases take a while, but I just feel like this is antics, and I think that this case is very random. Like, I just feel like, when has, again, A$AP Rocky has been in the game for a while. He's been in the game for a while now. Just like Boss Man D-Lo. Like, some tea came out about him, like, being arrested for selling drugs. Like, please. Please. Like, when have these guys had time to get involved in any of this shit? When? And I just feel like the timing of it, like, the fact that they get famous and they blow up and they go mainstream, and then all of this stuff with these cases, it just should be very suspicious to you. I definitely think that they're going to underground labs and doubles of them are being made. Okay, I'm trying to keep it like censored for YouTube, but you guys, these people, they go to jail and they come out different artists, because you know there's something wrong too, because if they were really getting locked up legitimately, the fact that they get out of jail and the labels pick up where they left off with their career, rather than, oh, you're going to jail, you're not gonna be able to make us any money, we're gonna drop you, fuck you. No, the industry continues to promote them versus other artists who've been signed with them for years who we've never heard of. They have a bunch of artists who are shelved, who are locked in contracts, and they are, they don't get that push and promo, but somebody goes and gets locked up, and the minute they get out, oh, we're going to put that budget right back into this person. Like, that should tell y'all something is fugazi. They are sometimes pushing weight, not making themselves. Well, okay, that's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up. There is a lot of African that goes on in the industry. There's a lot of African of young people. There's a lot of African of Uggs. There's a lot of African of X. I'm trying to be censored here. But the real crime in the industry is not prosecuted. Like, I'm just saying, it's just not. Martin Lawrence, not necessarily. Please tell me what you mean. Corey Feldman, yes, they all need help. Justin Bieber needs help. I mean, a lot of people, anybody, or Raven Simone needs help. Like, that fucking handler that she's married to, like, the whole industry needs reviving. But that'll never happen. So I hope y'all don't think that, like, one day we shall overcome. No, the fuck we won't. It's not set up like that. But just peep how this is all strategic and set up. That's all I'm saying. So A$AP Rocky's case is industry antics. I don't think he's going to go to jail. If he does go to jail, he will get out and he will not be the A$AP Rocky that y'all remember. And you guys, I don't know if you guys understand, because I think some people feel like because Rihanna hasn't made music in a while, she's like maybe not so affiliated with the industry. She may want to keep her distance from the Carters, but Rihanna is very in with them people. Okay? She's very in with them people. So with him being with her and the amount of work he's already done, like, you guys, this is it just gives, occult order vibes. Like, I just feel like there's some just dark shit happening. Oh, yeah. Okay. You're talking about that situation that Dave Chappelle was talking about. Yeah. Yes, pros. Straight up. I've heard about that. Sorry. I thought you were talking about something recent. But yeah, I mean, they be doing this shit to these people, bro. Like, it's very real. But, yes, I just feel like whatever's going on with A$AP Rocky is just, it's back end stuff that they want to do for some kind of like level up. Like, again, it's a pyramid scheme, so things have to be done to help you move up the ladder. That's all I'm saying. Let me know how you feel. I think he is, no matter if he goes to jail or not, this is a part of his level up. Okay, he just got booked at a music festival. Just peep that. And everybody's getting a RICO. And it's a level up for the politicians too. Just like with Fannie, what's her name? Fannie Willis? Like, She leveled up after that Young Thug and Gunna shit too. That YSL. Come on, guys. It's all connected. All of it. Okay, let's talk about Popeyes and Don Julio. You guys, that is some very just nigmatic shit. I will not be participating. I haven't had a drink in over a year. I have been living a really great life without alcohol. Do you guys do you guys still drink? Are you excited about Popeyes and Don Julio? I am not. I'm a little bit scared. I definitely think we should clutch our pearls. I definitely think we should stay inside. I have a lot to talk about with that situation. Shout out to Taylor DeClue, because I'm taking notes. I'm writing down notes because she pointed out some interesting stuff with the Don Julio and Popeyes situation. Right. It is a little bit confusing. Okay. So it was announced Don Julio, liquor maker, is gonna collab with Popeyes, fried chicken connoisseur. You guys, again, I just recall what happened with the Popeyes chicken sandwiches, and like the more time goes on, it was so obvious that something was in those sandwiches. Like, corporations do high levels of candles and cauldrons. Like, how do you think they stay in business so long? You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is very real. People on social media, a lot of Black people can tell that it's a trap. A lot of Black people are like, could they make it any more obvious that they're trying to get the Black dollar? This is clearly for Black people. It's clearly for a certain target audience of Black people. I'm glad that like a lot of Black people are like woke to it. I'm glad that a lot of us have seen They Clone Tyrone. For those of you who haven't, and for those of you who have, I'm gonna give you a little refresh. There's a scene in They Clone Tyrone. The pimp named Slickback, the ex-worker, I think Yo-Yo, and Fontaine, the drug dealer, were having lunch at that chicken place, and they noticed that there was something in the chicken that was making them all so jolly and laugh hysterically. And that movie was trying to tell Black people the chicken ain't right, okay? And like the people who owned and like were the managers at the chicken place were like non-Blacks, but the workers were Black, and they were like telling their food to Black people. There's like they expose relaxers and like other stuff. You guys, that chicken is weird. That chicken is fugazi, okay? And it's already kind of been exposed that like a lot of the fast food meat is not real. They don't make enough chickens. They don't make enough cows for all of that to be real meat. Like, we're eating fake food. And the movie The Matrix exposed that too. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much just deception going on, and you just got to wake up to it. So with all that being said, this is a toxic combination. Popeye's chicken and liquor, and it's coming out the last day of January. So right before Black History Month, right before the Super Bowl, and right in time for the Super Bowl, like Taylor DeClue pointed out, right around the time of tax season, chicken and liquor. The Super Bowl is happening in New Orleans. Popeyes is a New Orleans brand that was started by somebody German. You always see Black folks working there and like operating the Popeyes, but it was started by a German guy. The Matrix exposed everything. It's definitely worth watching 2 and 3 times because there's a lot that you might miss on the first watch. The Matrix exposed the food, it exposed that we live in like a VR world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like the world that we see, and then there's like the world behind that, guys. It's a great film, definitely worth watching. But Popeyes is owned, you know, by like, or was started by like a German guy. So see what I mean? Like, it does follow that story of like, it's marketed to black people. You always see the black lady in the commercial, but it's not a black owned brand. And black people eat it up. And I mean, the chicken's good. But just how somebody was exposing like Church's Chicken for being like that same type of like franchise. Like, allegedly, they were like selling, they opened up in black neighborhoods to sell like low quality chicken or like genetically modified chicken to black people. So They Clone Tyrone was exposing this fried chicken bullshit with these restaurants. And I just feel like with a mixture of fried chicken and liquor, that's not a good combination. In New Orleans, there's already an energy there where all people want to do there is get drunk and eat. It's a tourist city. It's a city that thrives off of partying, drinking. It's known for food, and that's part of the distraction. Like, as a person that has lived there before, you get distracted because there's always something to do. There's like always a party, there's always going to be food. No matter where you go, there's going to be drinks. And so it's really easy to just get caught up in like the limelight of partying and drinking. Party and bullshit 24/7. That's New Orleans. I'm just ignoring it because he's like tweaking. But in a city like that, you know what I mean? Again, you can't focus on like what the real shit. I think his origins are German though. I like looked this up. Like, I mean, it was years ago, and I know he was white, but I really think, I'm not saying he was from Germany, but I think his ethnic origins are, his bloodline might be German. Um, I don't know. One of my mods hasn't been here in a minute. I don't know where she went. I might hear. Dion, I just made you a moderator because, thank you, because right, Al Copeland, right. Um, I just made you a moderator, like, because I can't focus on my chat. Like, I'm trying to talk and I'm getting like distracted and all this other stuff. But yes, Al Copeland. But I'm just saying, like, the movie They Clone Tyrone talked about that dynamic where there would be a white person running a chicken shack, selling their product to black people, really might not eat the product themselves, or, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is a gimmick. Yes, thank you. Welcome to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. I'm all over the internet. And so we just see that happening again right before Super Bowl, right before tax season, right before Black History Month. That should tell you guys is something going on. I definitely feel like black people are waking up. You know, black people showed me that they were waking up during this past election because a lot of black people could like see through Kamala. A lot of black people are starting to see through some of the antics that Trump and Elon and Trump's whole posse, you know, are running. They can see through a lot of those stunts and tricks. So I think black people, to some extent, are waking up. They're, hey, what's up, June? Good to see you. It's been a minute. I think there are some of us, of course, who are still behind. But I think a lot of us are, yeah, of course, because it's just a lot going on. Like, it's nice to have like a lot of people here, but it gets ghetto real quick. And so I just think when the consciousness gets too high, there has to be something done to lower it back down. Nothing can lower your vibration like liquor. More bad decisions than a little bit have been made once liquor gets involved. And again, if y'all eat that bitch ass chicken, y'all need help. Because the way that people were crashing out over them pissy ass sandwiches should let y'all know that chicken ain't right. Especially not when they're running a promotion or like, you know what I mean? Promoting, yes, promoting something, promoting a new product. No. Like that chicken is weird because it made no sense. Like notice how so many other restaurants, fast food, sit downs, fast casual, whatever, also were serving fried chicken sandwiches, but the Popeyes chicken sandwich had everybody crashing out. That should tell y'all some shit. It wasn't that great. It was okay. Like, you know, the real gag is I haven't had a Popeyes chicken sandwich like fresh out the grease. Every time I get one, I've only had one like maybe 2 or 3 times. But every time, what are you talking about? Whatever. I have a moderator. I'm not dealing with that. Every time I get a Popeyes chicken sandwich, it tastes like it's been like the chicken tastes like it's been sitting there for a while. Like it never tastes like fresh out the grease. So you better off just getting the chicken off the bone, or the chicken on the bone, because them sandwiches don't hit. I don't know, y'all. Right? Oh my god. I'm sorry, y'all. I have people in my chat like just tweaking out, and it's gotta stop. So, I'm not eating that bitch ass chicken, and I don't drink. I feel like nothing but just all hell is gonna break loose once they release that collab. I don't know how they're gonna do it though, because I'm like, I don't think they're gonna be selling like Popeyes would have to get like a liquor license just for this collab. Maybe I don't know. They're gonna announce it officially on the 31st. I think maybe they will have like something special for like the Super Bowl, but I don't foresee them having anything at the restaurant because again, like I know like Taco Cabana, like they're a fast food. They're like a Mexican fast food place. They have liquor. You can get oh okay. It's a bourbon chicken. Interesting. But I know like Taco Cabana, you can get like margaritas in the drive-through, but again, that would take a lot of work to pull that off. So yeah, maybe it'll be a bourbon chicken or whatever. But either way, it doesn't really matter. That shit is programmed, and that chicken ain't right, and people are gonna act an ass. Popeyes wants that same type of energy that they had when the chicken sandwiches came out, and so this is just a ploy to get that to come back. I'm not falling for it. Let me know if y'all try it. I'm not eating that bullshit. Speaking of Super Bowl, I see straight through Kendrick Lamar talking about, oh, I'm gonna have SZA perform with me. Of course, because it was gonna be boring and whack if she didn't come along and perform with you. And I really feel like this year's Super Bowl is still not gonna be that great. Like SZA cannot sing. Having a couple hits does not mean that you can sing. I think SZA's music is great for like the house. It's great like for like laid back chill music. I don't think it's necessarily Super Bowl vibes. I think the All the Stars Are Closer that they did for the Black Panther film, I think that's a bop for the Super Bowl, but I just I just don't think it's gonna be some blowout, you know, show. I just don't. Um, I think they're pulling this stunt because they know that it should have been Lil Wayne and the Big Timers. I'm gonna stand on that, okay? I am. That would have been a great show. That would have been legendary. But it's all politics, and her music is depressing. Yes, her music is depressing. And that's a gag too. They want Kendrick Lamar's fugazi activist ass. Yes, I said it. And they want SZA in her depressing bird antic music at the Super Bowl in front of all those black people during Black History Month. Right, SZA be talking, her song Kill Bill is deplorable. A lot of SZA's music is just not becoming. I'm glad you pointed it out. Thank you for your commentary, because her music really ain't that. It's not high vibrational. It's not something that should be played at a Super Bowl, in my opinion. And I think Kendrick has a lot of conscious music. I think he has like look, I know a lot of you guys like Kendrick. I think Kendrick can make a good song. You know, I think they're just the way I like it. That's the way I like it. I think that's a good song by them. I like it. But do I think it's Super Bowl upbeat music? No, I don't. I just don't think that these are artists that should be performing that night. And I think that when you do stuff out of spite, it has a way of catching up with you. And I think that's what we're going to see with this Super Bowl, okay? Because Lil Wayne was snubbed and he has that hype. A lot of his music isn't very family friendly, but he has like that. His music has the energy for the Super Bowl. He also has that song right above it that was used for that show Ballers on HBO. Like he has music about football. He's an avid sports fan. Like him, Manny Fresh, Juvenile, like they have like New Orleans classic. Okay, we'll see. I'll watch it on Twitter, but I will not be watching it live. But I just feel like Lil Wayne and the Big Timers, right? Pop bottles, right? You're really bringing in the sauce tonight, Icon. You really are. I think they have Lil Wayne's music, Big Timers music, Manny Fresh, Juvenile. They really bring that hype, upbeat, celebratory energy that would have been great for the city. It would have been great for, you know what I mean? Like the game, like the players love Lil Wayne's music. It could have been a hit. I totally agree. I almost forgot that song. Pop Bottles is a hit. There's so many hits. Like Lil Wayne has so many hits. Big Timers have so many hits. Like it really could have been a lituation. But again, it's politics. And the real gag is it's politics and it's candles and cauldrons, because between the Popeyes and the Don Julio and the two Negro spiritual or fugazi backwood drunken coked out Negro spiritual singers that are going to be there, Kendrick and Solana, I think the whole jig is about lowering black people's vibration. I said it and I'm gonna stick to it 10 toes, 10 toes down. Yes, I said what I said. I think the whole thing is a scheme to lower your vibration and to tap into your goddamn root chakra and pull you as far down to the pits of hell as you can go. And I mean that. Moving on. If y'all watch, I'm sure I'll give commentary, but I'll probably do a live and you guys can tell me what you think about it, because I would love other opinions. I'm gonna move on to Everybody's Pregnant. Everybody's pregnant and it's getting ghetto and it's getting raunchy. Flo Milli, Skyy Jackson, Coi Leray, Dream Doll. Let's start off with Coi and Trippie, because again, I've been covering that. I told you guys in my shorts about them. I just don't buy it. I don't believe it. I've always believed that these two are in a fake relationship. But here is the gag that I didn't think about until just now. Because remember that girl, if you guys have been following or if you've heard anything about it recently, there's that girl named Alex who has come out the blue and she's like, yeah, I'm Trippie Redd's right. She's like, I'm Trippie Redd's first love and all of this bullshit. And it's like, where the fuck did you crawl up under? Like, who the fuck are you? Now, some people on my TikTok, some people on TikTok are like, yeah, we've been known of her. I don't follow Trippie Redd gargoyle looking ass. So I don't know about the bitches that he be laid up with. But thank you. But I'm just like finding out about this girl. Now, the gag is, now that I think about it, I kind of believe her. I kind of believe that, like, she was messing with Trippie Redd because she looks more like his type than Coily Ray. Like, they're both covered in face tats. They both look like they crawled up out of a goddamn storm drain. Like, they both look very forsaken. So it would make sense that they were smashing each other. But Dion, okay, Dion, you always mention child support. But Dion, I keep trying to tell y'all, it's deeper than child support. It's deeper than that. Because the gag is, if Coily Ray wanted a child support check, she shouldn't be pregnant by Trippie Redd. The thing is, okay, this is what this whole segment is about. Because I try to tell y'all this. And anytime I make a video talking about it, whether it's a short, whether it's a long form, YouTube and TikTok will not push it into the algorithm because it's the truth. Oh my God, Icon. That is crazy. Now, Icon, I'm going to lightly touch on what you said because that is a rhetoric that is starting to become more popular. There's somebody on Instagram who has talked about that, how most of Hollywood is wearing moon bumps, like wearing fake bellies. For those of you in the chat who don't know what a moon bump is, you know, the world is becoming so crazy. I've told you guys this. For those of you who don't know, whenever we bring up the conversation of who was born what, I back away from it because the deception is so strong and that conversation is so hard to prove that I back away from it. And YouTube does not play that shit. When we start talking about who was born what and all of that, YouTube doesn't like that conversation. And to an extent, I understand them because there's been a lot of accusations about who was born what as it pertains to a lot of different people. And I just think it's a conversation that people shouldn't talk about unless they absolutely know about, because it can feed into, right, it feeds into, or it has a tendency to sway that a lot of Black women are men or Black women are masculine. Like, I've just noticed that it just easily gets wrapped up into misogynoir. And so I just try to like back up because I don't have any real proof. And that conversation goes downhill real quick. However, I've heard that conversation surrounding, hey, what's up, Taylor? Hi. If you watch the replay, I just shout you out because I talked about the Popeyes Don Julio thing. Now I'm talking about Flo Milli, Skyy Jackson, Coily Ray, and Dream Doll all being pregnant and the industry antics behind that. So with Coily Ray, I'm piggybacking. Y'all are doing too much. Icon. Back to what you are saying. Yes, I've heard a situation or I've heard the accusation that Coily Ray is not who she claims to be or what she claims to be. All I'm saying is this. Coily Ray has been going through label problems. She got dropped by Republic and she moved on to Island Records. I think they either dropped her as well or she had a disagreement with management and then like left her management. Like she's been going through a lot of label issues. She hasn't put out music in a long time, and she's had steady issues with major labels. Trippie Redd has been in the game for a long time, or long enough at this point, and he has still yet to get the mainstream success that I believe he wants. Coi Leray was with Trippie Redd back before the plastic surgery. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that show Coi Leray before she had braces and before they gave her a new nose and before they gave her new hair and before they fixed her up, before they spit shined her and blew the dust off of her ass. There are videos that show how she used to look. She did look more masculine back then. I did not believe, because this is why Nicki Minaj asked her, had she been with women before? Because when Coi Leray first came onto the scene, I used to think that she was not straight. Okay? Her energy, her aesthetic, her vibe was very much masculine vibes. Okay? And then they put her with Trippie Redd. Now, they used to look kind of funny even back in the day, like before she had work done. When you see videos of them two together before she ever was popular, and them two were in a industry relationship, because this was back when he was more popular than her, and they put her with him to help give her some clout. You guys, did you forget that Megan Thee Stallion used to date, what's his name, Moneybagg Yo? When he was a little bit more popular than her, they put her with Moneybagg Yo for a clout. This happens all the time. The industry, yes, her clothes, I'm glad you remember, her clothes, everything were like, I'm telling you, masculine vibes. So the industry has a habit of like putting a new artist in a relationship with a more established artist to help give clout and draw interest to that more established artist love interest, who also just happens to be an artist. Like, this shit is business, you guys. And it's very obvious. Thank you, Dion. Thank you, because I'm worn out. So the play is tired and it's been ran a million times. I can see where this is going. So, you know, time passed, and now Coi is more popular than him. She's been going through label issues, and what happens? She ends up back with Trippie Redd. And now she's pregnant this time. Right after getting back together, she's pregnant. Y'all don't find that suspicious? Y'all don't find that suspicious? Like, come on. And what's happening is they're trying to get back into the good graces of the industry, especially Coi, because she's been going through label issues. And the people, her handlers, probably told her, your ass is not going to get another record deal without an offering. Okay? Because you guys, this is like the real truth that they don't want you to know. Like, there's the truth of like, this person is not a woman. You know, there's that truth. But then there's another truth about there's another truth about children in Hollywood. And we some of you guys know about this. Okay, I'm going to try to keep it censored. Right. There's another, let's talk about it. She pops out the blue 5 months pregnant. It's like, what the fuck? But also, icon, let me add, When Coi Leray felt comfortable getting online, I posted about this on the website. For those of you who are new, and maybe those of you who just didn't catch the post, on the website, popcultureconspiracy.com, there is an article or a decode about Coi Leray, and I post the photos of her from Instagram where she's like scantily clad, showing off her pregnant belly. And I was like, this is weird and strange. And if you look at her Instagram page, she's always head to toe in designer. Her Instagram page looks like an ad for Balenciaga and Celine and Chrome Hearts and like all these brands. And I've already did a video and several decodes on the website about the fashion industry. And the show, as I always mention every live, American Horror Story, on the season Delicate, they told you guys that Hollywood is all about people having kids. Because they'll tell you, like, we'll give you this, but you have to give something too. Okay? It's a game of offering. Like, if you look up Moloch and Baal spelled Baal, it's about you have to give something to get something. This is why a lot of my page lately has been about pay attention to who has a kid and then who levels up after. Keke Palmer got a career revival after having that kid. Okay? Victoria Monet was able to break into mainstream success after having a kid. So just understand that Halle Bailey had to pay for her movie. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. This is Hollywood. And, you know, there is a substance that Hollywood runs off of. And that ties back into American Horror Story Red Tide. I have a lot of videos on that. Like, you know, there's like things that people in Hollywood consume that me and you don't consume. And they're looking for that substance from a certain type of being, preferably one that's youthful. So I'm just trying to get you guys to piece together what I'm saying. So yes, Coi Leray pops up pregnant, Trippie Redd, and then here comes some chick. I told you guys that I saw them going down this road. I knew it was going to happen. You know why? Because Coi Leray is not talented. And the movie or the show American Horror Story Red Tide talks about that. Coi Leray is not musically inclined. She's not talented. I do believe that part of the reason why Coi Leray is even involved in the music industry is because Benzino had to offer her over. You know what I mean? Like, again, nothing is free. So I think she's in the game because her father put her in the game, and now she's got to put somebody in the game. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a bloodline thing. Like, just notice that. Coi Leray is not musically talented. That's why, you know, again, she can make a bop or two, but so could Ice Spice. There's a lot of people who can make a little jam. They're surrounded by the best producers. Cardi B can't speak Spanish or English. They're surrounded by writers and producers and stylists and videographers and cinematographers and managers and agents and all this thing. They're surrounded by a team of people who know how to put together a sound and an image. They're very good at what they do. But that doesn't mean that these people are talented. It doesn't mean that the artist is talented. It means that they have a fucking job to do. And they have a contract to fulfill. And when you make contracts and agreements with spiritual entities, they're going to come and collect. They're just as aggressive, if not more aggressive, than debt collectors. They're going to collect. You made an agreement, you will honor it. So, thus, you have people like Coi Leray, who out of the blue starts rapping, after a few songs, and she gets all this press and she gets the Nicki feature, and like, you know what I mean? She gets some type of mainstream success, and then no more. And it's because she never had any real talent to sustain. That's why when we see these artists, when we see these plants who come and go, when we first see them, people hate them. They hate their music, they have no stage presence. People drag them because they never went through the process of artist development. Like your real artist who like did it on their own was working a job and doing their music, and so they had years of performing at small clubs, you know what I mean, to develop themselves before they broke into that mainstream audience. But when you've been handed a career, you never go through that process, and so you end up on a big stage looking like a big fucking clown, a la Ice Spice, Coi Leray, and anybody else that y'all can think of right now. Because these plants and these bots, they come and they go. So I think Coi and Trippie need an offering, and thus Coi is pregnant. Point blank, period. Same thing. Oh, and because they have no talent, because Coi has no talent, and I don't know about Trippie Redd too much. He's got 2 songs that I like, but they're both have featured artists on them. I see them going down that path of constantly being in the headlines over their relationship. Again, Holly and DDG, anybody? Cardi and Offset, anybody? Erica Mena, Safari, like there's quite a few couples in Hollywood who are like that. Like they don't have any real talent, or they're like, Holly has talent, but she's in a really shitty label deal, and she shelved because Beyonce. I did a video about this because Beyonce is saving her energy for Blue Ivy, and so she's squashing Holly and Chloe. And so we just see Holly in the headlines and in the media now for baby daddy toxic relationship drama. Like they go from artist to caricature real quick. You guys have to understand, like, celebrities represent things. Okay, Coi is advertising for fashion brands. She's gotten in with the fashion people. They probably cut her a check or send her free clothes to advertise, so that way you want to buy it. She was one of the artists praising Balenciaga. And didn't Balenciaga get into a scandal involving young people? Yes, they did. Okay, that should put 2 and 2 together. That should tell you something. And celebrities are either walking billboards for companies and brands or corporations, or they represent ideology. They represent negative ideology, whether it's alcoholism, drug addiction, trauma, represent, again, like toxic relationships, cheating. Like they represent negative ideology. That's why we see, again, people like Cardi and Offset, Erica Mena, Safari, Holly and DDG in the media. Like they're all, Cardi and Offset, they haven't made a hit in years, but they get press for every little thing that goes wrong in their relationship because they're here to represent ideas about relationships to Black people in the urban community. Like that's their job. Their job is to distract you from like real shit. That's another thing that they're here for. They're here to distract you. Every time something real is going on in the media, oh, Cardi and Offset, some text messages get revealed, or they're going in on each other on Twitter. Why, if they were really going through it, why couldn't they keep that between themselves? They always have to take it to the media because they're puppets to help distract you and represent negative ideology. So just understand that. Moving on to Dream Doll. I don't know why you guys are still wondering. Right. Yes, Chrome Hearts. And I told you guys with Chrome Hearts and Javante Davis, like, you know, fugazi, weird shit going on over there. With Dream Doll, people are still trying to figure out, oh, who's the father? I told you guys. It's very obvious who's the dad. I definitely believe that it's Tay. Girls do this all the time. Like, oh, my gay bestie, like, let's just have a kid. Again, Dream Doll is another one who's been trying to push her music. She's been rapping for a while. I think she's okay. I think it gives Nicki Minaj's one of her many sons, and I hate to say that, but I don't think she's a bad rapper. But I think she just, it doesn't help that she's from New York and she's always doing the colorful wigs and she's got the purchased body. She just gives Nicki Minaj Jr. And I don't think she is realizing maybe she should switch up her style. But I also just feel like rap is so oversaturated. I'm tired. I'm so tired of everybody trying to rap. It's dry, it's lame, it's old, it's stale. Like, I don't know why everybody wants to rap. Like, if I wanted to be a musician in today's time, I would not be trying to rap. And I feel like if you are trying to rap, you should be doing like sing rap, melodic rap. You should be trying to soften the sound because, yes, rap is very demonic. But you should be trying to soften the sound because trap is still thriving and music is so hardcore and raunchy and ratchet still. So you should be trying to go against the status quo and like be original and like set yourself apart. Hi, what's up? So I feel like with Dream Doll, I just feel like she's not original enough and she should probably stop fucking rapping altogether. Like, she should have gotten a skill, maybe learned how to do nails, learned how to do wigs her damn self. She should have just opened a legit business. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everybody thinking, oh, I can't strip anymore, I can't bartend anymore, or, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna rap. Right. But that's when you're a real artist. You're not a gimmick, just doing it for booking. Like, I just am over it. I definitely think Tay is the father, and I think Dream has gotten him with them fashion people. I told you guys this in the community post where I posted that she was like doing some type, she was a part of an event for Alexander Wang, who has PDF file allegations. But her and Tay were at an event for him. I think they were like, either like hosting it or like they were like a special guest. And I was like, Alexander Wang, Dream Doll, like, that's interesting. But that let me know, okay, she has gotten to the point where she's made some good connections, and some of those people probably told her, we see you doing this and you have a lot of potential. Just do this. We just need this. We can do this for you and we can take you here if you do this. You know what I mean? And I think Tay is always around her, and I think they have good chemistry, and I think they were like, I want to level up, you want to level up, we should totally do this thing. I think it's pretty obvious to see what's going on here. Will it help her rap career? I don't believe so. On American Horror Story, they talked about that too, where one of the designers had a kid, and the girl or the person had like asked her, like, did it work out for you? And she's like, well, I sold my licensing or something. And she said she made a bag off of that. Like, she still lives off of the check from the transaction, but she never became like a major designer. And I think that's what happens with these people. I think that they get sold an idea that, oh yeah, like, this will happen for you and you'll get this and you'll get that. Like they sell you, fool's gold, and you might see some residuals from it, but will you be as big as they promise? No, because you either have it or you don't. You either have the talent or you don't. Period. Moving into Skyy Jackson, she had her baby. I bet you she's gonna find some bookings now. Another one bites the dust. Like, you can tell that shit was transactional. Everybody's going at her baby daddy, Yerky Yerky, like, and his name is so cheesy, but everybody's going at him and going at her, like, why'd you pick him? He's a fucking loser. He's a criminal, blah, blah. She just picked anybody. And it's Hollywood, and they have a preference for light skin. I think she has a preference for light skin based off of her dating preferences. It is what it is. I'm not here to condemn her, because black men have a preference, and I just don't give a fuck about who people want to screw. So I don't care. It doesn't have any effect on me if Skyy Jackson likes light skinned guys. So I don't care. But I think she has a preference for light guys, and I think Hollywood has a preference for light skinned people. And so it worked well for her to get pregnant by any old light skin that was moving. Okay, I don't know how the fuck she met Yerky Yerky. I don't know how that happened. Y'all would be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if her ass paid him or hired him, whatever the fuck. Like, it's strange. I don't know how them two were even in the same, vicinity for her to get pregnant, but somehow it happened. And she just had her kid. I hope the kid's okay. And I bet you she's gonna find herself a lot more booked post pushing that damn baby out. So let's just see what happens. Because look at Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer has been booked up and down. Keke Palmer was not getting booked at music festivals before having that baby. She was not. Nobody was interested in her fucking music. Now she's in a new movie. Now she's all over the place, getting all type of deals. She got a goddamn deal with La Roche-Posay, a French skincare brand. Y'all better wake up. Flo Milli, another one. She's been rapping for a while. I think she wants to go to that next level. I did a video covering, I did a review. Hi, what's up, Milo? Good to see you. Hey, Eric, good to see you. It's been a minute since I've seen some of y'all. I'm glad that y'all came through tonight. The replay is going to be lit. But with Flo Milli, I did a review on the Rocksteady video and song that she did with Megan Thee Stallion. And I told you guys in that review, initiation perk. It's been a minute. Everybody's here tonight. It's a good night. Like, y'all showed up. Thank you. That video was initiation. That video was so down bad. This song was horrible. Like, it was fucking trash. And notice how it came and went. But it's because, and I told you guys this in the review, the song was never meant to be a poppin'. Yeah. Really. Yes, I am shadow banned. I don't know what to do. I have another channel. I have a backup channel that, like, I should post more on. But yeah, YouTube, I talk truth and YouTube doesn't like that. I've managed to make quite the comeback on TikTok, but their algorithm is more promising. And I've definitely learned to just like keep TikTok real light, because their censorship is more strict as well. But I don't know. I just talked about more real shit here on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't really like that. Like, I still make... Hey, June. I talked about that earlier. I mentioned I'm going to give you, like, a summary. I told you guys the Rihanna and ASAP shit is Freemason antics. That's the only thing I could tell you. It's very obvious to see whether he goes to jail or not. Um, this case is about him going up the ladder. Okay, there's levels to everything. But again, the Flo Milli video, the Rocksteady shit with Megan Thee Stallion, it was about initiating her. Just like Megan Thee Stallion helped to initiate Glorilla. See what I mean? Like, you just have to catch on to that. And then Flo Milli now has like the blonde hair with the big belly. And then maternity photos. It's showing that, you know, the programming is complete, the programming is done, and she's moving on to the next level. Like, it's very obvious. Also, one thing I also want to mention is notice how when these girls get pregnant and have the baby, they get rid of the baby daddy. Somehow, some way, them and the baby daddy break up and they get rid of his ass because the industry pushes, especially with black women, they push single motherhood. They don't push families. Like the industry, just like Mooney Long, she was married for years, had a kid, all of a sudden, oop, husband gone. They're getting a divorce. Like, it's very obvious what's going on. Just pay attention. It's the same shit over and over and over. One thing I did forget is, again, the Coi Leray photo shoot with her pregnant and like scantily clad. That was giving I'm pregnant and selling it. And that was talked about in Kim Porter's book. You know, I listened to Milagro from whatchamacallit, Mob Radio, read the Kim Porter book in its entirety. And a lot of people said it was all lies. I didn't think it was all lies. I didn't think it was all lies because my eyes are not lying to me. I've seen Rihanna and I've seen Coi Leray carry themselves very scantily clad while pregnant. They're trying to tell you what they're doing. They're trying to tell you what's going on. You just have to like stop gaslighting yourself and see things for what they are. You're big bellied and pregnant. Why are you walking out the house in see-through clothes? Why are you walking out the house titties out, you know, short ass skirt, on camera posing with your legs open? Like, why are you doing that? Because you're advertising. There's somebody out there that in the industry high up that has a fetish for that, and you're appealing to them. Weirdos. Will Flo Milli have any success after this baby? Another one bites the dust. I think she might have a hit or two on her hand. I think she might see some type of mainstream success, but will she sustain long term? I can't say that I see that. I don't think Flo Milli has a voice for rap. I think she should be a writer, but should she be a rapper? I don't believe so. I think she could be on like kids, the rapping that's made or targeted towards a lot of young people. I think she's already on rap that's already doing rap that's targeted towards the youth. But that's the issue in itself because rap music, and especially what she's putting out, is way too explicit for the youth. Which is why she should just be a writer, because I just don't foresee Flo Milli having long-term mainstream success as a rapper. I just don't. Again, her voice is kind of grating. Doesn't mean that she doesn't have bars. It just means you might have bars, but your voice just might not be for rap. And I agree, Milo. I don't think she does have a lot of star power neither. That's another great point to add. So I'm glad you brought that up. A it factor is important, and I don't think Flo Milli really has that. I want to talk about Alexis Skyy trying to do y'all's taxes. Sick. Like, that just goes to show that a lot of these girls don't have any money. Or that they're just professional scammers. Alexis Skyy has gotten every surgery from here to Sunday. She's got a baby by somebody. I don't know. It's not Fetty Wap. And here she goes again trying to sell her services. You know, I did a short about this where, you know, she used to have a spa when she was on Love and Hip Hop, and then she was she did a BBL recovery house, or like a post-op surgery house, where she was taking care of patients after they had body work done, and now she's filing taxes. Guys, it's tired and through. It's tired and through. And I told you guys that if somebody lets her do their taxes, which some Ronald McDonald bozo will, I don't want to see them come right. I called her a BBL cucumber bandit because that's what the hell she is. She's a fucking disgrace. Somebody's mom at a party showing ass and acting a fool like that, out of her mind. Right. It's very, trying to finesse taxes is very Section 8 backwoods ratchet ass behavior. Like, you would not think that the girl on Instagram who has been, you know, hood famous for over 5 years would still be needing to do or wanting to flip and finesse taxes. Like, that shit is so poor and deplorable. But it just goes to show that these people live fake lifestyles. A lot of the jewelry is fake, the cars are leased, and they make the bulk of their money through selling ass. I've repeatedly said that because it's very obvious to see once you open your eyes and you realize how the music industry works. We're talking about Alexis Skyy trying to scam people with filing their taxes. That's ghetto as fuck. I bet you there will be people who get online. I told them to keep their sob story to themselves, but there will be people who will try to go online and blast her, and everybody will tell them, "We told you so." Take that L and hold it close and tight to your pillow as you cry your ass to sleep because you gave a BBL bandit your fucking social security number. Ratchet and sorry and pathetic. I'm gonna end out with Bruno Mars and Sexy Red. I don't know what kind of debt Bruno Mars is in. I heard that he was in debt to a casino. I heard that he paid it off. I don't know about all of that. I know that he makes money from music, but I don't think he has made enough from music to pay off $50 million worth of gambling debt. And I think Bruno Mars, somebody said he's a drug addict. The gag is he does like coke. Yeah, he is down bad. He is. He's down very bad. And now he's doing forced collabs with Sexy Red. The song is gross and it's already not doing that great. Some people, somebody said that they watched the video and that they had a bad dream. They really are about to have him out here selling ass if he don't pay people back their goddamn money. But somebody said that they watched the video and that they had, like, they got a demonic attack. Mm. Y'all are spilling Bruno's tea. Yikes. Somebody said that they watched that ratchet ass video and that they had a demonic attack in their sleep. And I know that they're not lying because I had never like watched I've seen, like, because I did the video, I did the coverage on the Jelani Day case and the Chloe Bailey Have Mercy video. I had to like look at the video and like take screenshots, but I never watched it all the way through with music because when the song first came out, the thumbnail alone, just looking at the thumbnail, I had a demonic attack in my sleep. And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, like, these people really do like rituals on these tracks and rituals on these videos that attach spirits to them that like go out and like attack you. So I believe that person. I don't really have a desire to watch the video because I don't want to hear the song. I don't want to give it any support. The title is so deplorable, and Bruno Mars and Sexy Red should not be working together, but it's industry shit. You know, the industry keeps pushing Sexy Red because she's here to represent ideology about black women. She's here to push an agenda, and she's a very good agent. She's been doing what they want her to do, and so they're going to keep using her to try to make her fetch. And so, thus, collabing with Bruno Mars. Now, some people said that they listened to it more than once, and after the second listen, it sounds good because you are being programmed. But then the song also has a lot of bad reviews, so I have no interest. I don't think it's that great. It's Sexy Red. A lot of her music isn't that great. Her voice, her style of rap, her cadence, her flow, it's all very piss poor. But it's meant to be that way because she's here to represent an image and an ideology. And I've always said I believe that Sexy Red works directly for the government, and that she is definitely somebody who is not who we think she is. I know she comes off like she's so ratchet and so ghetto and so hood and so gross and all these things, but I think Sexy Red is a very sophisticated agent who's good at what she does. Period. You guys, this shit is so deep. Like, I think it's Saddam Hussein who was like an agent. But like they have pictures of him when he was younger and he looks completely different. And you're like, oh my gosh. He was playing the role as an enemy of the US for years. That really was not a real thing. Like, it was all fake, you know? Like, this guy, like, he's an agent, you know what I mean? And this shit really does run that deep. Right. Absolutely. Y'all are following me. She is. Like, Sexy Red is not just some ratchet bitch from St. Louis. Please. It's a lot deeper than that. So the collab is dry and tired and through, and it ain't getting nobody out of debt anytime sooner. But the labels, you know, are struggling and down bad, and they need anything that they can get, you know. Somebody said that Jello Ball is gonna get a Grammy. I believe that. It may not be for Tweaker, but I believe that he's gonna get pushed, and I wouldn't be surprised if they give his ass some Grammys. Like, the industry just needs somebody. I told you guys, it's a pyramid scheme. They need you to sign. It's just that it's a business. That's why they call it the music business, okay? It's a business. But anyway, thank you guys for sticking with me this long. Catch the replay. You already know how I do. After this, I will post the link for the replay. Check out the website. I've been working on it like I told you guys. Absolutely. It's definitely not random people. Welcome in. It's all planned. It's a pyramid. It's a fraternity. Pyramid scheme is a fraternity. You guys know how I do. Check the community post. The link will be there for the replay, and the link will be there for where you can find me online. My own website, Twitter, Instagram, everything. So, you know, please check it out. Come find me, leave request, everything like that. Y'all know where I be at. And just be safe. Happy Sunday. Have a good day at work tomorrow if you still work. And again, thank you guys for being here, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.